Hi, folks. Welcome back to Crisco's Corner. Just the news. Minneapolis City Council approves extra police funding amid crime surge after defunding department. The City Council has said they would defund and dismantle the police over the summer. Duh. Wow. Let's see. I mean, how do these people? I used to be a city councilman. Now, granted, it wasn't a city as big as Minneapolis. It's about 48,000 in the city, upstate New York. Okay, I did 8 budgets. I know how it works. It's just the numbers are just bigger, that's all. And frankly, in these big cities, there's more libtards. But other than that, it's the same. Who in their right mind would publicly go out and say, just for political favor? And then crime goes up. Wow. Boy. What a shocker. Unbelievable. Let's read the story here. The Minneapolis City Council voted Friday to approve an additional $496,800 for the city's police department to help with recent crime surge, which has grown after the city took away nearly $1 million over the summer during the defund the police wave. Oh, God. I ran last year for city council in I'm a Republican, former Democrat. It's a plus D 2025 district. And I got endorsed by the local police union, and you'd think I'd, beat up your puppy. It's amazing to me how these people react to the police. But, when your boyfriend's beating the crap out of you, who's the first person you call? And it sure as hell isn't Ghostbusters. After the May 25th death of George Floyd in Minneapolis, police custody sparked weeks of riots. The city council cutting police funding and reallocate it to violence interpreters. Oh, my God. You know what? You got to think a long time to come up with an idiotic saying like that. Violence interpreters. Through the health department, i.e., are you crazy? Are you flipping out on because you're all these drugs you're taking or twisting your mind and you think you're on Venus? Wow. The council also voted to dismantle the department and replace it with a community-based public safety system. Now, here's the little trick here, folks. And I learned this from the local progressive leftist mental pygmies in this area. And there's some, believe me, they ruin my business. But anyway, that's another story for another time. They don't want to replace the police department. They don't want to put counselors in and all that stuff. What they want is they want to be the police department. They want to control the police department. They don't want to carry the guns. They want to control the people that have the guns. And then they have human rights commissions. They tried that here a few years ago, but didn't have subpoena power. So that means if you're a local businessman and somebody says, Joe Smith down the corner store used the N-word, called me the N-word, and you get a notice from the local human rights commission, please appear to blah, 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 date and time. And you say to them, piss off. It's a joke. You don't appear. And come the guys with the guns to make that subpoena. And that's the way it is, folks. And that's what they really and truly want. Our resources are hemorrhaging, Honorando said to members of city council during a committee meeting Tuesday. Yeah, they cut $1 million. What do you think? Our city is bleeding at this moment. I'm trying to do all I can to stop that bleeding. I'm hoping that having the funds to launch a citywide joint enforcement team initiative can try to stop the bleeding in our city. The Friday vote passed 7-6. A city overrun with crime now because the cutting of the police department passed by 1 vote. Think about that for a minute. Which will allow for joint enforcement team pulling in officers from the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office and Metro Transit Police to temporarily assist the Minneapolis Speed Department with violent crimes through the end of the year. The extra hands will cost the city about $496,800, which they asked for. Today we sent a clear signal we will support Chief Arando and that we are ready to work collaboratively with the law enforcement partners in neighboring jurisdictions while continuing to implement concrete Transformative public safety measures, Mayor Jacob Free said about the decision. Pause the video, and I want you to read that paragraph again, and just to see how much bullshit it really is. These guys are very creative. This usually comes just before budget committee meetings that will start on Monday. By a weird coincidence, the last few weeks, I live in Binghamton, New York, and upstate New York. They've just started theirs through October, end of October. Right now it's the middle of November. And they have to do it remotely. And I understand on YouTube, if you want to see some of the representatives that represent the city of Binghamton, go to YouTube and punch in City of Binghamton. They have their own YouTube channel, and they record all of the work sessions as well as the regular council meetings and the budget hearings as well. It's interesting listening. I'll just leave it at that. There's some that are really good, there's some that really suck, and there's some you wonder how they dress in the morning. How do they figure out the order of socks, then pants, then shoes? The order is important, so you have to leave a little 3x5 card by their bed so they don't screw it up. And these people are in charge. Anyway, though, I just wanted to show you this because it's absolutely ridiculous. Now they got to bring in police from outside the area because all the older police officers retired. We're getting the F out of here. We don't need this crap. I've got enough time in or I can retire. And these guys are in their probably 50s still, and some women, I'm sure. And they'll get a job at another municipality or the county sheriff's office. And they'll get a nice pension and a salary. They're going to make out. Who gets screwed over? The residents and the local businesses. Who gets all the accolades? Yeah, you're our hero. The 6 retards that voted against bringing in more police to stop a crime surge. And that's what it's like in the big Democrat, a liberal, I shouldn't say liberal, excuse me. I got to put a quarter every time in a swear jar when I say liberal. The progressive leftists run cities. And this is what's coming, folks. Make no mistake. This is what's coming. It looks like Vice President or former Vice President Biden was going to be sworn in. We'll see. The odds are about 90% in his favor at this time. And this is what's coming. And those of you who say, John, you're exaggerating. No. In fact, I'm probably underplaying it. And on top of that, you have no idea how wrong I wish I was. I take no joy in the fact that I'm right of what's coming. Anyway, folks, I thought you'd get a chuckle out of this stupidity. And until next time, goodbye and good luck.